The Louisiana Christian University Wildcats improved to 3-0 on the season with a 35-22 victory in Langston, Oklahoma this past Saturday. Welcome once again to the Drew Maddox Coaches Show. I'm Al Quartermont. Joining us on the set as usual is Drew Maddox, the head coach of the LCU Wildcats. Long road trip. It's always good when you get a win out there because that's a long drive if you don't.
Oh, it is. It was right at 7 hours and 45 minutes, I think, so it is. It's a long road trip when you lose. So it was a good one. Guys played well, and we handled the road pretty well for the most part. So we're excited about that. Anytime you have to go, your first road game is against a team like Langston, who has been a historically good team. You kind of find out pretty quick. And we had a little adversity early on. Offense was clicking off the top, but defensively we had a little adversity, and we handled it pretty well and came back and settled down and ended up playing a pretty good game.
Seems like with the seniors that you have and all the experienced guys that this team just goes out and takes care of business now. I know you coach them hard during the week, and then when you get to the game time, it's a matter of performing. But they really just seem to go out and handle that.
Yeah, they do. They've. I told them the other day. I think we had our first bad practice, and that's the first bad one, and it's right now. So it's however many weeks we've been doing this. So they do for the most part take care of their business, and they do a good job. I just think they want to be good, and that helps out when your team has that goal of trying to be as good as they possibly can. It really helps out as a coach, and if the coach maybe is hard and all that, you just got to kind of steer them. So that's what we're trying to do right now.
7 straight games now that you guys have rushed for at least 250 yards and 3 touchdowns. The ground game has really become the stable for your offense, even though you have a very good passing game. But the running back core that you have, the offensive line, they just continue to do a great job.
Yeah, they do. So the offensive line probably doesn't get the credit that they deserve. I think they've given up maybe 1 sack all year in 3 games, and then running the ball like they are, and they have 2 really good running backs as well. And then off the guys coming off the bench are good too. And then Sal runs it really well, the entire offense and all that. So it really has been, it's good. When I got here, I wanted to be that. I want to stop the run and be physical, and I want to run the ball and be physical. That doesn't mean we don't want to be explosive on offense, and we do that. And I think a lot of people saw that this past game where we kind of opened it up in our play action passing and all that. But that's something that we've really put an emphasis on. We wanted to be physical. We wanted to be a tough team where people kind of, hey, you got to bring it, because at the end of the day, you can only do so much trickery and so many great pass plays and stuff like that. Some point in time, you have to just kind of line it up and go, hey, we're about to run right at your face. What are you going to do about it? Mm-hmm. And if you can win that battle, a lot of times you'll find out you'll have a pretty good team, and vice versa on the defensive side. If somebody says we're going to run right at you, what are you going to do about it? We got to be able to stop it. And so, by the grace of God, so far we've done that.
We have the usual names we talk about, and they had big games for you: Devin Briscoe and Sal Palermo, Dalen Charles, Sammy Feaster. But you're starting to hear a couple of new names kind of getting in the mix. I mean, Mark Dennison gets a touchdown, and this young receiver, Samaje, Samaje Hayes?
Yep, yeah, so he's done a great job. That's what we tell these freshmen, it's hard when you first get here to kind of learn the process and learn what's going on. But really around week 3, 4, 5, if you're doing what's right and you're a talented player, you'll start seeing the field. And so, anyways, and that's what they've done. Both those guys have worked hard and shown up on time and done the extra stuff that we've asked them to do and just doing their best. And so, hopefully we'll see them more and more. It'll help our team out more and more if we continue to develop that depth. We want to be able to play as long as we can, and we're going to need a bunch of people to do that. So, we're really excited about those guys, and we just hope that they continue to evolve and get better and better each week.
Coming in as freshmen, it's always going to be a challenge because so many of these guys are used to being the star players at their high schools, and then they come here and all of a sudden they're 5, 6, 7 on the depth chart. But you also see the ones that work hard, stick it out, do the right things like you're saying. It comes, and it can come quicker for some than others, but it's pretty exciting when you see them really buy in and then have that success.
Yeah, absolutely it is. It's really what you build a program on. You have to have that. And I always tell everybody, last year we had Micah Latin. He's an All-American. Everybody knows Micah and all that. He didn't play a lot until his second year here. Mm-hmm. And it was like midway through the year. And then he really started for the first time all around when I got here, his 3rd year. And so it takes time to kind of develop. And if they'll stick it out, And I think, you know, the older you get, the more you realize that in life, you know, if you stick things out and you work hard, good things will happen to you. You know, I always heard, you know, good things happen to bad people. I don't believe that. I think good things happen to good people that work hard. And so I tell our guys that all the time. And so you're kind of seeing that, and it's coming to fruition for a lot of those guys. So that's always an awesome thing for us when we, you know, kind of preach that as a program. Like, we're going to work hard, and we believe God will honor that work. And then all of a sudden, some of these guys that maybe not be as talented as other guys that really hadn't figured it out yet, but they're emerging and doing great. So we're excited about them.
For sure. You also, on special teams, got a pretty good game out of Mason Ingram, your punter, 44 yards of punt. And for that, he was named the Louisiana Sports Writers Association Player of the Week on special teams.
Yeah, so that's a big deal. That's all colleges, you know, LSU and all those guys included. So, yeah, I think he was hitting all right at 45 yards, and he had, you know, I can't remember, but 2 inside the 10 or the 20-yard line and all that, and pinned him. So he did a great job. He's a weapon. You know, that's why we brought him here. He was an all-state punter out of Captain Shreve High. I remember recruiting him, I guess, 2 years ago on the cycle. So this is his second year here, but and hoping to get him because we knew how good his leg could be, and he just continues to get better and improve. That's the biggest deal. He's improving every day.
Yeah, 44 yards of punts. I mean, there are Division I punters that aren't doing that.
Yeah, and it's got hang time, so we have time to get down there and actually, you know, get down there and actually cover it. You know, some guys will hit it real hard like that, but it's not as high.
Right.
And so you have more time for them to go return it. But his actually stays up in the air a little bit and gives us a chance to really do it.
You know, everyone will talk about defense, offense, but special teams is such an underrated aspect of football, because if you don't get good special teams play, it almost always hurts your team.
Yeah, for sure. And Coach Weaver's done a gregreat job. So he comes in, it's his first year as our special teams coordinator and offensive line coach, and he's done a really good job. He's put an emphasis on it. He really cares about it. I mean, that's the biggest deal. You know, it's the same thing for coaches. You know, we work hard and God bless it and all that. And I just think that's kind of what you're seeing there, a guy that really comes in and handles his business as a coach, and so that trickles down to those guys, and he's kind of made it an emphasis. So we hope we can just continue to get better and better at those positions, because it really does give us an advantage. So we had to clean a few things up. We had a kick that went over our head, and we tried to field it in the end zone and all that. So anyways, we'll try to get better and better there, but we think we will.
3-0 starts. Obviously, that's what you want starting out a season compared to last year. So now you've really kind of got that momentum going, getting ready for the next game. Wayland Baptist will be coming to Pineville on Saturday, 6 o'clock kickoff, team that you beat last year. How do you keep the guys from getting overconfident or complacent, especially against a team like that they've beaten before?
Yeah, that's the biggest deal. It's a great question. You know, we talk about it as a team. I can tell you this: we've had a couple practices in this week, and I'm excited kind of where we're at. We practiced really hard, and so that's good. And so I think they want to be. I think they want to be good, and I think they want to be remembered. And there's a lot to be said for that, and how they practice and approach, and all that. So we just take it one game at a time, one practice at a time, one workout at a time. That's what we talk about, and if we do that, I think we'll like the results. So that's what we're preaching, and we'll see on Saturday if it's landing. You know, if that's some good ground that we're seeding there.
For sure, I like that. They want to be remembered.
Yes,
leaving a legacy.
They do, and I kind of told them that the other day. It's like, you guys have flipped this program, but if we just go, you know, if we just win more games than we lose, you're just going to be another team that was pretty good. But if you hang a banner, or if you do some things like that, you'll be a team that'll be remembered probably for as long as the school's around. So, and I think they kind of want that.
Absolutely. All right. Again, 6 o'clock coming up this Saturday. The Wildcats will be hosting Wayland Baptist, and we hope a lot of folks will show up for this week's game and get a chance to watch the Wildcats.
Yeah, for sure. Come on out. It'll be a good game. A bunch of guys that work hard, so we're excited about it.
All right. That's our Cat Chat with Drew Maddox. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you, Al.
And we'll talk with you again next week.
Claws up.